As you've heard there, Crabtree saying this is a pause and not a ban, but has any of that helped to ease some of your fears about the consequences of this decision?
We've seen Biden administration pauses extend to months and years. The notion that we need to stop exports in order to study them is simply not a regulatory requirement. That's tap dancing for a bad policy. They can certainly study and continue to study LNG all they want, but that doesn't mean they need to stop moving forward with it. Since the 2018 study, we've shown that American producers can produce more natural gas, export more, and oh, by the way, we reduced prices 62% till today from their high in 2022. So there's no evidence that suggests that more analysis of the public interest is necessary. We know that LNG and natural gas are the #1 reason the United States has reduced more greenhouse gas emissions than any other country. We know that fuel switching to natural gas in the electricity sector has delivered 60% of the savings in greenhouse gas emissions, much more than wind and solar, which only contribute about 40% of that decline. And we know that our allies, and particularly in Europe, need more natural gas because if they don't have access to natural gas, they need to burn more coal. So we know that the climate change benefits of natural gas are there. This is all information that is readily available and well known and shows even improvement since the 2018 study showed that LNG exports are in the American public's interest. So the need to pause is simply a sop to the climate left in the United States as we're approaching an election here.
Kathleen, do you believe this is politically motivated? The climate activists say this is a step in the right direction because it helps to advance the energy transition. And we know the Biden administration has been under significant pressure, particularly from young voters, in order to try and prove that they do have the climate chops ahead of the November election here.
Right, and that's exactly why I was saying it's political as we approach the presidential election. There's no good reason or evidence that a pause is necessary. Rather than doing the hard work of explaining to young people and the climate left that natural gas has delivered more greenhouse gas reductions than their preferred wind and solar combined, rather than explaining that and explaining how if we export LNG, our natural gas around the world, then other countries don't have to burn as much coal, which provides climate change benefits as well. So rather than explaining those simple facts, it's just a ban or a pause for some unspecified period of time so that they look good to the climate left.